back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. This segment, we're going to be talking about something you can use in your house, your current house, wherever you live. You can use it right now. Great, innovative product for you. Before we get started, though, I want to let you know we do have a new website over at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. And if you miss any of today's segment, make sure you check out our website because we do video record all the segments. You can watch the videos in beautiful HD. All right, I've got the general manager from WindeeVent on with me. Clint Partridge is here in the studio. He's got a great new product, and it's really exciting because this is something that you would have thought would have been invented years ago. It wasn't invented until recently, and it's a really cool, innovative product for your home. Tell us about the product WindeeVent.
Shannon, firstly, good morning. WindeeVent is actually a garage door vent.
A garage door vent.
Garage door vent, correct.
All right.
It's aluminum.
Uh-huh.
It has adjustable louvers. And what it does, it creates, after installation, an airflow for the garage, which is a part of the home that everybody tends to forget about. And
it's always so hot here in Houston. And so many people, feed their animals in their garage, or they want to leave it open to come in and out, do different things. And you can't keep it cool in your garage. So this is a way to keep it cool.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, a lot of people will leave their garage door open 2 or 3 or 4 inches, which one's a safety issue, and secondly, rodents can get in.
Mm-hmm.
So with the WindeeVent, even though it has the adjustable louvers, it also has a critter screen at the back, so it allows you to leave it open 24/7.
So you don't have to worry about snakes coming in?
Correct.
Very good. I like that. So when you buy WindeeVent, does someone come out and do the measurements, check it out? How do you purchase it?
Well, preferably, we all like to think that we're handyman.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you don't want a mistake on your garage door.
Right.
So we have some approved installers that have done them in Houston before.
Mm-hmm.
They do a great job. And aesthetically, at the end of the day, it looks like a part of the garage door. So, for all intents and purposes, we all like to think that we can do it, but sometimes it's better to pay the extra money and get it done properly.
So do we need to call, go online? What's the best way to get the product?
Website. Go to our website, the WindeeVent.com. You can purchase the units from there, and then you will also see a tag or a tab for an approved vendor.
You guys go online and check out this product. It's WindeeVent, WindeeVent.com. I really think it's neat because like you said, you can leave it open all the time, and the garage won't get so hot in the summertime. So tell me a little bit more about the product. What are you seeing most people use this for, or what are their needs for installing it?
Well, apart from the fact of the heat issue, there's a carbon monoxide because a lot of people have, they have the water heaters inside.
Mm-hmm.
They have a mold issue. They just don't have any air circulation in the garage. So it was, yes, predominantly, the first thing you want to do is try and cool and get some airflow in there. But secondly, there's a mold issue. There's the carbon monoxide. It's just everybody forgets about the garage,
right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So now there's something on the market that people can, get their hands on and really do something with it. So
really an innovative, revolutionary product for the garage. And you're right. People forget the garage. They forget about it, and it's so important to have those. So you order it online. You get 2, right?
Correct. It comes in a pair. It's $169 plus tax, but obviously there's a code for Shannon, which is great for a 10% discount. And go
so all of our listeners go get a 10% discount right now at WindeeVent.com.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yes, it is in pairs, and we position the vents bottom right, top left. As we all know, you need it in and out. The cool air will enter through the bottom vent, and hot air rises and it'll push its way out. To maximise it, you can put a pedestal fan in there to get some air movement, and it's amazing how much difference you can actually make in a garage with at least an escape for the hot air to get out.
Now, what about in the winter?
Winter, you can leave it open or close it. Just depends on what you want to do.
So if you want it to stay warm in there, just close it up?
Some people go in the garage, although not many Houstonians use their garage for their cars, but the ones that do...
Funny about that.
Yeah, can actually... they can start their car up in the car, which isn't recommended, but... They can now with the vents. Is the fact that the vents where they're positioned is obviously where the exhaust would come out. So
yeah, it makes it a little bit safer.
Correct.
So the garage, the WindeeVents in the garage, does it make it easier for thieves to access the home?
Absolutely not. It's, as I said, the vent is made with aluminum. They would actually have to try and tin snip their way through or use some sort of cutting device. If they wanted to get in, they'd go through a garage door anyway. But having the vent, unless you were 3 or 4 years old, you couldn't get through the vent anyway.
Okay.
So
they're relatively small vents.
Correct.
Okay. So 2 vents in the garage, one to let the heat out the top and one to have the cooler air coming in.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you guys come out, install it. How long does it take to install?
Normally about 1 hour.
Okay. Not long.
You know, when we're not governed by time frame. We want to make sure, first and foremost, it's straight. There's a weatherproof strip in between the actual vent and the garage to make sure that there's no form of leakage. The carriage bolts that are used, there has no slot at the front, so nobody can go up there with a screwdriver. So they're installed pretty much for the life of the garage door.
So how did you invent this? How did you think of this product? Did you have a need for it yourself?
It was funny. The gentleman that actually invented it was laying on the floor of his friend's garage, obviously very hot that particular day. He didn't have a job, and he thought, what can I do to try and earn some money or come up with some sort of invention? He realised there was no air circulation. The garage door was shut, and he said, why don't they put a vent in a garage? So that's, although it sounds silly, that's pretty much how the invention started.
Wow. And how long's it been around?
It was patented back in 2004, but unfortunately the gentleman found it difficult to get sponsorship or, people that wanted to invest in the product. Mm-hmm. And he come to me and my business partner a couple of years ago, and we wanted to make sure that the vent was manufactured correctly, to make sure that the product was up to standard that somebody would want to put in the front of their house.
Right.
So it took a couple of goes, to make sure that the build was correct and the quality was there, and now, Houston's the first market that we want to introduce it to.
And any garage door can have WindeeVent, right? It doesn't matter what type of garage door you have?
It can be an insulated door. Pretty much any garage door that's on the market. Yeah.
And so what's the temperature difference you've seen in garages in general?
It varies. It's difficult for us to actually is it 20 degrees cooler, is it 30 degrees cooler? Mm-hmm. It depends on the night. It depends if there's a breeze. Depends how hot it was during the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, exactly.
Garage.
So what we've done is we've created a product that will create some airflow. So inevitably there's going to be a drop in temperature. Mm-hmm. But what it does also, once it drops the temperature on inside the garage, it then doesn't allow for the heat to rise to the ceiling into the attic, and then will actually help the HVAC system as well. So it's just not attributed to heat release for the garage, it's everything that's surrounded.
All right, you can go to WindeeVent.com to find out more. WindeeVent.com. We're talking with the general manager of WindeeVent, Clint Partridge, and Clint has lots of great information about the product. We're going to be back next segment to talk a little bit more about WindeeVent. This is a revolutionary product that just hit the market that will cool our hot garages in the summer, and it has been such a scorcher this summer. This is definitely a product that you want to invest in, and it's less than $200.
$200 for the purchase. I mean, obviously there's an installation charge, but sometimes to pay those extra few dollars to get it done to get it done right, it's definitely worth the money.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be right back here on Houston Real Estate Radio with Clint Partridge after a word from our sponsors. And if you missed any of today's show, make sure you go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.